Right, I've finished all the stitching. I have held it up to the light. I'm just trying to show you, if you can see the light, that I have hopefully attached all of the separate pieces of fabric, and I've also done the centre bits of the flowers so that there's spokes radiating out, and that will hopefully help to secure the fabric a bit more. So, moment of truth. I've got a bowl of warmish water. I'm just going to take out the panel from the embroidery hoop. So this was the sandwich of soluble fabric and the mesh. I'm going to cut some of this because I can use this actually. There's quite a bit in the corners, so just bear with me while I trim the excess. That would be a waste if I didn't, because I can use this for other bits. I'm just going to trim around the shape. I'm getting rid of some of the glitter gridded fabric as well that I use just to help me. It's such a long time since I have done one of these, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was secured. And the machine kept playing up as well. I've given it an oil overnight, and that helped it a little bit better. So I've got this excess. I need to keep that away from the water because once it's wet, you can't use it. So put that to one side. Moment of truth. Here goes. So immersing it in water. I'm going to try as much as possible to keep the shape. That might help me. I'm just rubbing the fibres between my fingers. I can feel it's quite gelatinous. Sort of getting a little bit slimy, but that's just because it's dissolving away. But as you can see, I'm trying to keep the shape of the bowl, or shape of the round area, as much as possible. That will just make it a little easier when I drape it over the bowl. It's now getting quite slimy because it's been submerged in the water. So far so good. It seems to be keeping together. I'm hoping that I did manage to cover everything with the stitches. I just put some additional ones in this morning to hold it where I could see some gaps, and I went around the edge quite a few times to ensure that I had, and you can see the edge is all stitched, so I just made sure that that was all, trying to think of the right word, but I was just making sure that everything was going to be attached. So this is it. I think that I can put this over the bowl. I think I've got most of it out. Still feels a little bit slimy, but I need that tackiness because I want it to adhere to itself when it goes on the bowl. So just carefully wring that out. Quite pleased so far that that has all stayed together. The bowl that I've got, upturn, try to find the central part of it as much as possible. I'm not sure I'm 100% there, but I'm stretching it over. You can maybe see it's just getting a few folds. I'm going to try and press those out if I can. It might be quite interesting for the edge to be a little bit frilly. We'll see. I can still feel the tackiness, so that's good. It's maintained some of that glue. That'll help to stiffen it once it's dry, so it will stay like a bowl. quite interesting how that's turning out at the moment. Just trying to give you a view all the way around. I think actually I'm not keen with this mesh. I think that has made it a little less delicate because I was so nervous of doing this without the mesh because it's such a time. But actually I could have got away without the mesh, to be honest. I can see some of it on the fabrics. I'm not keen on that, and I think it could have been a lot more delicate. However, never mind. There, I'm just pulling that over. I can see it needs to be more over this side. It was a little uneven. So this is going to be left to dry. If you've got an airing cupboard, that's always a good place to put it. Obviously don't let it touch the bed linen or the towels because it is still a little bit tacky. But that should be dry by the morning, and hopefully quite an interesting shape with a frilly edge by the looks of it.